Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, this is your friendly gamer Hitman Joe, and it's time to play a game! That's right, we're going to be playing Space Engineers today. This is a survival sandbox game, and it basically started out in space, and now they've come out with something new, which is called the Planetary System. It's still in its huge alpha, which is taking forever, but, I mean, hey. If you want a good game, it's got to stay in there for quite a while and get all the bugs out. Now, there's a bunch of different ways to play this game. You do have the space area right here. This is actually where the game originally was made, and it is actually really good. There's no bugs. You just get in there, you float in space, you wave at people when they walk by because you have nothing else to do. Then they come out with the Planetary, which is the most recent that they have. They have easy modes. I don't like easy modes. I want to be able to make stuff from the beginning and not have anything handed to me. So I'm going to go and do is select this star system. This star system is actually going to give me the ability to start from nothing but a ship falling to my death on Earth. So basically I'm going to go ahead and start this. In space, I mean you can start in space, and space gives you the option to fly around, find meteors, drill off of meteors, make a platform, make sure you're living prosperously with all your oxygen, and just flying from meteor to meteor. That doesn't sound like too much fun to me. Now, whenever you get into a server like I have just done, you're actually going to have a spawn menu pop up. That spawn menu is going to have a planetary lander and a bunch of other things like that. This is actually a planetary lander. I like spawning in this because it gives me just about anything I need to start, and only start. It doesn't give me, everything I need in the game. Now, if you notice by this number in the middle, I'm actually careening down to Earth, and if I don't watch, if I just get up and walk away, then I will crash, burn, die, scream, and it's the end of the world. Well, at least the end of me until I log back in. Now, one of the biggest things that there was a little bit of a problem that I'm pretty sure a lot of people of you still have an issue with is when you finally waste about 5 hours of play on this game, you actually finally land, you finally start creating something, and then your mom calls. And when your mom calls, you're just like, oh, dang it, I gotta leave. Well, either that or, like me, you gotta go to work. So, you go to work or you go answer whatever your mom wants. You come back to your computer, you log on, you're like, alright, I'm gonna pick up where I left off. Well, when you get back in, your ship's gone. So basically, I'm here to go ahead and tell you what to do, how to land, make sure your ship does not disappear, and you can continue where you started. Now, one of the main reasons why your ship is going to disappear is because a lot of the servers, the players have a setting on their servers to delete any spawn ships after relog. The reasoning for that is because they don't want to lag the server out. Like for instance, right now I'm just falling. If I just I gotta go somewhere, I'm gonna crash, hit the ground. If I respawn, get another ship, crash, hit the ground because I don't know how to land, and I just keep doing that and keep doing that, there's gonna be millions of ships on this Earth, and it's gonna lag the server. We don't want to lag the server. Lag is our enemy. So basically, what we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to find an area to land and then go from there. Now, if you notice the sound kind of picked up in the game, that means I'm getting close to the atmosphere. And if you notice also that I was falling straight to Earth. The reason why I was falling to Earth is because I have atmospheric thrusters on this. The atmospheric thrusters only work in the atmosphere. If you're in space, way up there, your atmospheric thrusters do not work. You have to have ion thrusters. Well, guess what I'm missing on here? They did not give me any ion thrusters, so I'm going to fall to the Earth. So, luckily, I was actually able to spawn on the light side. I'm actually going to try and go down to Earth a lot faster and show you exactly what to do, how to land, and make sure your ship does not disappear so that you can actually enjoy this game. Alright, I have now made it close to the Earth. If you notice, I got a little bit of silicone and a little bit of iron and gold directly underneath me. That is actually some really good stuff. Oh, uranium as well. That's a lot of good stuff that we need. So this is basically going to be a great spot to go ahead and start. I'm actually going to go ahead and get close to the ground. You need to be a little careful because some of these servers have damage set. You need to make sure that we do not slam into the earth too fast because we will cause a lot of damage to our ship, and we don't want that. We want to make sure we keep our ship intact just in case we want to take off and go somewhere else. Now, your ideal way of landing is to make sure that you have a lot of stuff around you, all the uranium, iron, gold, and stuff like that, because you are going to need that to land. That tree is in my way. Now that I landed, I'm actually going to run all the way down here to the bottom. If you notice in here, you can actually look and see that you do have a little bit of stuff to go ahead and start with. I'm going to go and take all these steel plates out. I'm going to run out here, open the door, and get blown to high skies because this thing came out. Alright, so I'm going to run out here. I'm going to go ahead and start a platform. Now, the reason why I actually start a platform is because when I originally started this game, it actually was very, very, very buggy. And your ship, when landing on the ground, if it's not level, it'll start dancing and doing the hokey pokey and then disappear. Actually could fall down into the earth or whatever else. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure that we make a platform. Now, if you notice what I just did, I just laid that down. That is actually a station block. Once you make that station block, you can actually make more blocks on top of it to make a platform. All you got to do is hit G, mouse over whatever you want to make. Now, basically what I'm looking at is just an armor block. I'm actually going to move the armor block down here. If you notice on the right side of the screen, it actually says for a small ship, I need 1 steel plate. A large ship, I need 25. Now, basically, that means a little bit, but right now it doesn't mean anything. Because all I'm going to do is place it. I'm not even going to build it. I mean, if you want, you know, you can actually come over here and you can make that complete, which takes all 25 of them. I don't want to do that. Alright, so basically I'm going to go ahead and start building these things out. I'm actually going to make a 13 by 13 platform, and the reason why I'm going to do that is because this 13 by 13 platform gives this a perfect spot to land, and when it actually makes it a perfect spot to land, it will not do the hokey pokey and fall into the earth. We want to make sure that it stays. So we're going to do a 13 by 13 area. Alright, I have now successfully completed my 13 by 13 square platform. That's right, I am well on my way of being one of the best builders in the game with this square platform. Now obviously this is a little bit of a different platform than the one I made before because I accidentally crashed. So I had to restart over. If you notice, I got a little bit off the ground a little bit. As long as it is attached to the main station block that I set in there, it will not move. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and jump in the ship here. I'm actually going to go ahead and fly the ship onto the platform. Now the sun's going down, so I'm going to hope I get this done before the sun is completed. If not, they got these nifty things they have in this game called flashlights. I think I'll have to use one of those here in a little bit. Alright, now if you notice, I made this, like I said, a 13 by 13 square platform. And the reason why I made that is for a safe and secure platform for the ship with a 1 block space all the way around it. Now I did, you know, land a little bit further forward, and I did that so that I can actually make the merge block. Now by hitting G here, I can actually go down and see the merge block. The merge block on the right actually says for a large ship. Needs a lot of computers, you know, large steel tubes, small tubes, motors, constructions, and steel plates. So that's what we're going to need. We're actually going to need to make 2 of those. And the reason why I'm going to make 2 of those is because without those... See that? That meteor was coming straight at me. Alright, with 2 of those, that's going to make this ship not disappear. Now, unfortunately, the one that I was going to grind down is the only one locked. So let me fix that and make a different one lock. We can make those 2 merge blocks with the stuff that we have, and the stuff that we're going to get out of the landing gear when we grind it down. Now let's successfully land using the front three. Awesome. Alright, now we're going to go down and we're going to grind away. Now there are different stages of tools. This is the original set of tools, so it's very slow and very obnoxious to have to use. Now, obviously they do get faster as you go. The highest ones are platinum, which is something that you have on the moon. And that's one of the achievements. You're like, yes, I got to the moon, I got platinum. Look at me, I got better tools than you. Okay, now since this is a 13 by 13 area, I'm actually going to put the merge blocks right in the center. So I'm going to count 6 in. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. One more is going to be 7. Now, one of the things I need to look at is make sure that these little knobs are on the top. We can rotate this around all we want to make sure it is on the top so that it can latch to the one that I'm going to put on the ship. Now the one on the ship needs to be on the bottom. Alright, now that we've got those placed, we need to make sure that we do complete these things. We do need a little bit more. It looks like we need 5 construction, smalls, computers, and more constructions. Construction, smalls, computers, and construction. So we're going to go ahead and run up here. We're going to go ahead and craft a little bit if we don't already have it in here. We do have constructions, we have computers, we do not have any smalls. So we're going to go into the production tab here. We're going to go to the assembly and click on small tubes. Now on the small tubes we do need a little bit of iron, so I'm actually going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to take these motors here and I'm going to put them in my assembler. Once I put them in my assembler, I can actually break them down and hopefully get a little bit of iron out of them. See what we get. Okay, we're getting a little bit of iron. That's great. So now we're going to go back into our production, go to assembly, and we're going to control click. When we control click, it gives us 10. If we do shift click, it actually gives us building 100. We don't need that many right now, so we're actually going to only take the 27 we just made. It's a little dark out here, so I'm going to turn my light on. Come out here and try and start building. Alright, we are now complete with this one. If you notice that there is a red line on there, that red line means that it is complete once it hits that line. I can actually build this and then stop right there and it's good, but I'm one who likes to complete everything. So I want to make sure that I complete it, and then now look, I've got 2 merge blocks. I'm actually going to go ahead and run back into my ship. Run all the way up to the seat, get back in it, change the view, and now I'm looking at the merge blocks. I'm going to go up a little bit, go back, and now I'm going to look at the merge blocks, make sure they are going to line up successfully. Now I'm going to go down from front to back, they're good, from side to side they look good, and we are now going to test it and see if we did it. Alright, here we go. We did not do it. Okay, so we are platform, the 2 are locked, the merge blocks need to go forward a little bit, and so we're going to go ahead and come back up. Oh, merge block is pulling itself together, and now going down. Alright, we have now locked all 3, and the merge block still has a small problem, so we need to make sure that we do successfully merge those blocks. Come on, come on. Alright, I have now successfully locked in, and by me seeing that I've locked in, it actually kicked me straight to this view. I can actually hit K and it'll say static grid, which means I am now stationary and actually, by the words, turned into a station. Now to make sure before I leave, I actually go back into my control, click on everything that requires any type of flight or space. So I've got the air vent, the atmospheric lander. Make sure I hit control, not shift, because shift will control everything. I'm missing a lander there for some reason. Actually going to go to the thrusters. The lander is the whole ship. I don't want to shut that down. My apologies. And then I'm going to go down here and click on all of these thrusters. And then the ore detector. I don't need that on while I'm sitting here doing absolutely nothing. Once I selected all of those, then I'm going to make a block called Flight Systems. And whenever I make that, then all of a sudden it brings it up there. Once I set that up, then I can actually make it to where they're not shown in there. I can actually select the group and hit off. Now when I do that, if you notice, the vent is now green. Or sorry, that's green. That's red. Hello. And then I go outside and look at my thrusters. They're all turned off. I've now got a space all the way around one section just to make sure it is safe and secure. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you land successfully, be able to log out, log back in, and enjoy the game. That is Hitman Joe. I am signing off.